My guest this morning is Dean Sams, founding member and keyboardist from Lonestar. And Lonestar will be performing this Saturday night, 8 p.m. at the Ozark Moonshine Festival at the Van Buren County Fairgrounds in Clinton. Good morning, Dean.
Hey, good morning to you.
You've had 10 number one singles, including the crossover hit Amaze that everyone knows. I guess you could say you've had an amazing career, but how did this all start together? I mean, all the founding members were Texans, but you somehow met up in Nashville.
Yeah, when I put this band together, I'd already moved to Nashville trying to, make my way in the music business. And, I decided one day I was doing everything except what I wanted to do. I was doing all kind of other jobs just to make ends meet. And I decided, hey, I'm going to put a band together. And Lone Star is the band that I put together. And, I had high aspirations for us, but as big of a dreamer as I am, I could not have even dreamed it nearly this big. 10 number one songs, 22 top tens, and we've sold over 10.5 million records. I mean, how blessed are we? It's been an incredible career, and we're still going strong. I mean, man, we're sounding better than I think we've ever sounded before. Our touring, we've had our two biggest touring years of our career. So it's going amazing, and we're having so much fun.
Who were some of your influences coming up? Did those influences extend beyond country music? I mean, after all, there's some great Texas rock like ZZ Top and Delbert McClinton and Stevie Ray Vaughan and Edgar Winter, and the list just goes on and on.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could ask each band member, who influenced them, and you would get, vastly different answers. I would say out of everybody, I'm probably the most country influenced. The others, love country music, but, they tend to lean more towards, either folk, singer-songwriter type music to rock, to heavy rock, so that we have a pretty, you put all of us together, and I think that's why we sound like we sound, because of all of our influences.
Yeah, Lone Star sound has really evolved over the years. After Amazed, you guys probably could have pulled the old Taylor Swift and became pop stars.
Yeah, that was such a fluke. I mean, it was nothing we intended, and it just, it happened the way it happened. But, what I'm really happy about those times is with that song doing what it did, I mean, we brought so many fans to country music that never would have listened to country before. And so they were like, wow, that's country music. And they came into our genre and then found so many other amazing artists that we already knew were out there. And so, yeah, it made for a great time. We like to say our previous hits, we had 3 number ones before Amaze. Those songs took us around the United States and Canada, but when Amaze did its thing, it took us around the world many times over, and really set us on a path to being around as long as we've been around, which it's crazy to say. We've been doing this as a band for 32 years.
The band recently recorded an album of covers with a nod toward female pop stars. How did that come about? We
have a new record that'll be out at the first of the year, but we've already released 2 singles off of it. The name of the album is called Iconic Volume 1. And what we did was we had each band member pick someone that they love, a female artist, one of the most iconic female artists we could think of, and some of the most iconic songs we could think of. And then we recorded them and put our own Lone Star spin on them. And this record, Iconic Volume 1, it's just such an amazing record. And, we kind of put our own Lone Star spin to it. And I think when you hear these songs, it's going to sound, uniquely Lone Star. But to have these iconic female artist songs done in a different way. The fans, I tell you, we put a few of them into our new show, and it's been going over like gangbusters. So can't wait for the folks to get that record. 2 of those are already out in the streamdom world. We have You Make Love and Fun, which was recorded originally by Fleetwood Mac. And then we also have Here Comes the Rain Again is out there, which was originally recorded by the Eurythmics. And our next release is going to be out as Try by Pink. And then, of course, we're going to have, after we get through Christmas and get through the first 4 to 6 weeks of the new year, we're going to put out Rolling in the Deep by Adele. And then, so that's the 4 songs. And then the last piece of the puzzle is really the song that started this whole idea, and it's Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper. So great record. Can't wait for everybody to hear it. They can go stream the first 2, You Make Love and Fun, and Here Comes the Rain Again. They're out there right now.
All right, with the title Iconic Volume 1, it seems to suggest there could be a sequel. And if so, what direction is that album headed?
That's yet to be seen, but there is definitely going to be a Volume 2. Exactly what it's going to be, we don't know. We've talked about several different things. We don't know if we're going to go down the singer-songwriter route, like more folky type thing, which we all love. We've also every day at sound check, we always kind of mess around with some old classic rock songs. So I mean, it could be so many different things, and we're still working that out.
Again, our guest is Dean Sams, founding member and keyboardist from Lonestar. They'll be performing Saturday night at the Ozark Moonshine Festival in Clinton. Dean, what can Lonestar fans expect on Saturday night?
Well, I'll tell you, for the first time in our career, and I don't know why it's taken us so long. Well, I kind of do, because we've had a lot of hits over the years, thanks to you folks in radio that have played our records, and of course the fans that have requested them. But it's kind of hard to figure out how to introduce new music if you're only doing your hits, and we've, like I said, been blessed to have 10 number ones, 22 top 10. So it's kind of hard to get more songs in than that. But this year, for the first time in our career, we figured out a way to get all 10 of our number ones in there. They're going to hear just about every hit we've ever had. Plus, they're going to get a sampling of some of our new record, the Iconic Volume 1. And then we always like to end our show with something you would never expect from us. And I'm not going to tell you what that is, but I can tell you, if there's somebody sitting down when we do our encore, they might need to get rushed to the hospital because their blood's not pumping.
Well, Dean, we certainly look forward to finding out what that's going to be and seeing the entire show. Saturday night, 8 p.m., the Ozark Moonshine Festival, Van Buren County Fairgrounds in Clinton. Again, appreciate Dean from Lonestar calling in on the program this morning. Thanks.
Hey, thank you so much for your time. And for you folks listening, I don't know what you're waiting on. You better get your tickets and come see us.